is this what you're looking for? I go, oh, that is absolutely not what I described. We've learned recently that it is possible to communicate exactly what you wanted to communicate while still not communicating at all what you wanted to communicate.
And that is why it is important to understand your reader. As writers, we know the phrase show, don't tell. And that is a good piece of advice. It can also be a precarious exercise if the way that you are showing things doesn't match up with the way that your reader would expect that thing to be shown.
Here's an example. I was writing one of my scenes, and it was about one of our main characters' first visits to a family, and I described her experience entering the room. I described how the room was. She was going to a dinner meeting with a family. The dining room was not candlelit, but the dim lighting made it kind of feel like it was. I described how the table was surrounded by ornately carved chairs. And I described that to Nathan, and he didn't quite react to it the way that I thought he would. So I drilled in a little bit, and I asked for things. Give me more clarity on what you picture. As what colors did you see? And you described.
I described. I saw some gold with tints of red and green in there as well.
Like, yes, those are exactly the colors I never described the colors, but he saw them exactly.
And there were some other details as well. I think I even pulled up a picture of the chair or dining room or something like that. And this is what I'm picturing.
Yeah, and I asked you, so what color is the wood?
It's like a dark brown, and I pointed out something around us that was like a similar color. Like it's like this, but a little bit darker, not quite as dark as that.
Right, that's exactly what I'm trying to convey. But what conclusion did you draw about the family who was hosting the meal?
It's from that scene there. I got the idea that they were older and almost like trying to. I guess grandmotherly is almost, I think, the word that I used. Kind of like a place that feels nice, that you go to, doesn't quite feel like home because it's not exactly the style that you're comfortable with.
And what I was trying to convey was that these are people who know how to have nice things. They're really they're upper middle class. And what you described was not at all what I wanted to show you through the picture, because you saw exactly the picture that I wanted you to see, but that picture did not tell you what I wanted you to understand. And I think when I picture what I was trying to picture growing up for me, when I was your age, when I was Vanessa's age, that would have been a really, really nice dining room.
And for me, that's a grandmother's dining room. It's not what a really nice dining room looks like now, because styles change. The way people decorate their homes changes over time. And so what your thoughts of really nice dining room was for somebody who's that age, when you were that age, yes, it was. But for anybody who's that age now, that's not really the idea that comes across.
And then I asked you, or as I was describing to you what I wanted to feel, you then, I don't know where you did it, but you did a little Google search and the image, and you held up your phone and go, is this what you're looking for? I go, oh, that is absolutely not what I described, but that's the feeling that I want out of it.
I searched for something like modern dining room or modern upper class, something like that.
Right.
And that was the feel that you wanted to get across. Modern upper class dining room, a place that's nice, desirable to be. And because we had different starting points, different perspectives, we came to different conclusions from reading the same thing and even getting the exact same picture.
Right. So what do we learn out of that disconnect?
It's important to understand how your reader is going to not just picture, but interpret the things that you're writing down. And because you don't always know how your reader is going to interpret things, it's important to get feedback on that as you go through the writing process. We know have people proofread your things, have them test read to see do they like the flow of the story. But even beyond the flow of the story, are these characters interesting? Some of those show don't tell moments, are they communicating to your reader what you think they are communicating to your reader?
Right. It's good to get very specifics from them, ask the right kinds of questions. Like I asked, what was the impression that you got
Yes.
about this family based on this description? Those kinds of questions are going to be valuable. My question for you then is to share in the comments a time when you saw some details that were communicated clearly and accurately, but then you still saw some miscommunication because people with different starting points led to different conclusions. We're looking forward to hearing your comments or to reading your comments, and we will see you again next week.